and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, O Lord. Take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me.
And happy Ash Wednesday for everyone. If you were in worship this past Sunday, you picked up your packet with your ashes. And what many people may not realize is that in lands like Sicily, to bring somebody ashes is a real gift, because to bring it is to bring the ashes of Etna, the volcano. And it's rich with nutrients, and people put it in their garden because it means new growth. So to be humbled with ashes is in looking forward to the new growth and the new blessings of God. Now today I would like to talk about the book of Joel, which says, where God asks us to return to me with our whole heart, and with fasting and with weeping and with mourning, and rend your heart open. And what does it mean with your whole heart? Well, as many of you realize, tonight, which is Ash Wednesday, is also Valentine's Day. And it is named for a saint whose name is Saint Valentine. And what the Saint Valentine story is about is Saint Valentine is in prison. And there he befriends the jailer. And he does kindnesses to all the other prisoners and the jailers in the jail that he's incarcerated. Now understand, a jailer is not the best job in Rome. It's kind of the bottom of the rung kind of thing. So they don't ever see themselves as being acknowledged or recognized. And St. Valentine did recognize him, and he found out his daughter was blind. And so before his death, St. Valentine wrote a note to this young girl and said, I hope for the blessings of God upon you. And he signed it, Your Valentine. And what happened was, after she received this note and after his death, her blindness was cured. Now, what does that mean, her blindness was cured? Well, certainly medically, we know that people recover from blindness sometimes, if it's a nutritional or a viral issue. But is that how we explain it away? What does it mean that this girl suddenly could see? It's metaphoric, like Jesus says, where he says, you know, people have eyes, but they don't see. They have no insight. They have no vision. And was she moved by his death that now she had a new vision of life, or new insight into the meaning of what things are about? Well, when I was in the 5th grade, I had a teacher, and she was particular about Valentine's Day. we were all given shoe boxes, and we had to cover it with red paper. And then she gave us white doilies. Of course, the boys didn't like the white doily, but we had to paste this on the bottom. And it had a large gap in the towel where we could put the Valentines. And returning home, my mother said, "You have to make Valentines for everybody." And I said, "Ma, nobody makes, there were 45 kids in my class in this inner city." I said, "Nobody makes Valentines for," she said, "You will make Valentines for, and you will spend the same amount of time and care on every Valentine you make." Well, obviously I realized I was being punished for no due cause. But in fact, I produced the 45 Valentines. Was not thrilled doing it. And I decorated them and colored them and put a little note on them and everything. And then I went into the classroom, and you would go around to people's desks and you drop their individual Valentines off into their red box with the white doily around the edge. And I realized something. The more popular kids in the room, they had loads of Valentines in their boxes. Matter of fact, it was a matter of pride. I guess today it would be like saying, "I got the most likes," or "I got the most followers." And, it was a sort of puffed up and being prideful. But the kids that got fewer Valentines were legitimately touched that I took the time to give them a Valentine. Not only that, their Valentine was as nice as the other. And suddenly, they reached out to me and told me how they appreciated it and what it meant to them. Unexpected Valentines. Have you ever got the bread and butter note, we used to call it in the 3rd grade when we learned how to write and say thank you? Have you ever gotten a phone call for somebody that just wanted to tell you that your recently died spouse and what they meant to them, and gave a personal insight into how they were touched? And do you know what that meant? And as much as I hated my mother for making me do all 45 Valentines, I realized that the unexpected Valentine is the power. Now, what happened with Valentine in prison? Was this young girl cured physically? Did she regain her physical sight? Was she suddenly enlivened and brought to a new psychological understanding of life, where she had vision and insight? Or was it metaphorical, where her whole life was changed and she and her father, the jailer, took a new path in life? Or was it all of the above? Well, I leave that to wiser people than me, but I do know one thing. I do like getting Valentines on these days, and I do like the unexpected Valentines that come my way. And just like the ashes in Sicily that are shared to enrich life, we all have the capacity to enrich each other's life. This Ash Wednesday, this Valentine's Day, and every day. And for that, we thank God.
Take time to be holy. Speak oft with thy Lord. Abide in him always, and feed on his word. Make friends of God's children. Help those who are weak. Forgetting in nothing his blessing to seek. Time to be holy, the world rushes on. Spend much time in secret with Jesus alone. By looking to Jesus, like him thou shalt be. Thy friends in thy conduct his likeness shall see. thy guide, and run not before him, whatever betide, in joy or in sorrow, still follow the Lord, and looking to Jesus, still trust in his word. Take time to be holy, be calm in thy soul. Each thought and each motive beneath his control. Thus led by his Spirit to fountains of love, thou soon shalt be